I ended up flying home right after that, and then back out again to kind of finish off the rest of those shows, which was kind of nice to be able to jump back home after an experience like that.
Yeah, man. I remember you being out there and just like, I can't believe, that some people that I knew were actually there at that moment. You know what I mean? And just so thankful
Totally.
you guys were all right, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, like I said, it's been really amazing for you to see where you've gone and what you've been able to do. Was there a bit of a learning curve for you when it went from, you're doing bars to arenas to now you're doing stadiums? Like, what's kind of the ninja mind trick you got to do to yourself to say it's just another show?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple things, there's like, obviously there's like the personal experience of like going through that sort of scale of venues or just the size of a crowd you're playing in front of. There's some, you got to kind of get your head right about it. And then there's, of course, the more sort of practical side of it too. Like, what is the difference between, doing shows in theaters and clubs and bars and then going to arena, kind of moving up through the size of venue and the size of audience and stuff. And luckily, like for me, at least, leading up into 2015, which is when I started the Sean gig, I had a lot of different experiences that had happened along the way. So, my very first tour where I met you when I was in Hello Operator and we were opening for you guys, that in itself felt like I felt like I learned 80% of what I need to know just right there,
You and me both, man.
Yeah, exactly. All of us, I think, on that one, right? And that tour, I mean, I talk about that one a lot. Anytime I'm sort of chatting with someone, they're asking me questions about my story or how things, how I've come to kind of be whatever, or be where I am at this point, at least. I always have to reference that tour. That was the most important tour I ever did, I think, because it was my first tour. So all of the things that come along with that. It was the first time I experienced being a sort of quote unquote professional musician, and seeing what it meant to be on the road. And like, it was 6 guys in one hotel room, like not a suite, like a normal hotel room,
Roughing it, man.
And what I thought, yeah. And what was really cool about that was like, I met all of like my next projects on that tour. So I met Faber Drive on that tour, who then took me on, and I did my first arena tour just a few months later with those guys playing in that band, which that was sort of a giant learning experience that all happened very quickly. I met you, and then we went on to work together, which was fantastic. I met Susie, which I worked, Susie has been such an amazing pillar in my journey. And I met all of you guys, all as the sort of opener on that tour.
Yeah.
And somehow, just kind of coincidentally, I guess bugged you guys enough to let me work with you guys. And that's what opened so many doors for me. So that first slug it out, 6 guys in one hotel room, I don't even remember what we were getting paid, if we were getting paid, to do it. But like, it was the most worthwhile thing, it was the most sort of paying dues moment I felt like I had. And, I got so many experiences of sort of the scale of venues and sizes over the first few years that after that, I had seen a lot of stuff, tried a lot of things, played in front of different crowds and places and stuff. And then it felt kind of quite gradual again, kind of climbing up those stairs. And even once I started working with Sean, like Sean's progression has been, while very fast, still also like there were steps
Steady,
to it, like it was a steady and logical climb that happened. It happened fast, but there were still those moments. So it gave everyone a chance to sort of